Hello everyone, welcome to my channel where I talk about anything that interests me. The topic for today is Will-O-the-Wisp. So what is Will-O-the-Wisp? The Will-O-the-Wisp, or its Latin name, Ignis fatuus, typically appears as tiny flames or balls of light, usually in a pale blue color. It hovers a few meters above the ground. They typically occur in marshlands, bogs, swamps, and even graveyards, and there is no smoke present with the light. So it's just light that doesn't flicker and no smoke. Those who were able to get close to it claim that it was merely a flame with no heat. A 16th century English Puritan and an academic, William Foote, described the will-o'-the-wisp in his book of meteors as a fire that hurteth not, where the literal meaning is the fire that can be hurt. This is because the will-o'-the-wisp can remain still, but whenever people get too close to it, it quickly moves away. Alright, let's first start with a scientific explanation of this strange phenomena. In 1776, Alessandro Volta, an Italian physicist, proposed that the phenomenon is actually natural electrical phenomena, such as lightning interacting with methane marsh gas. However, it was dismissed since methane does not ignite on its own, so it is unlikely to have a spontaneous combustion. In 1980, British geologist Alan M. Mills of Leicester University tried to recreate the will-o'-the-wisp in his laboratory, but the color of the light was green and it produced copious amounts of acrid smoke. Italian chemists Luigi Galascelli and Paolo Boschetti attempted to recreate Mills' experiment in 2008. They did successfully achieve a faint cool light, but the color was still greenish. Basically, they weren't able to recreate the will-o'-the-wisp. There is also a simple explanation for the phenomenon, which is it may occur due to the bioluminescence of various forest-dwelling microorganisms and insects such as from firefly or fungus, but there is no definite proof regarding this theory. As of now, the best explanation for the will-o'-the-wisp is that it is a chemical luminescence, an oxidation from decaying organic compounds. These so-called marsh gases come from the decaying material in the water and surrounding soil and spontaneously combust in air, producing a bluish light. So this light dissipates if the air is disturbed. So that explains why it moves away when someone tries to approach it. So that is some of the scientific explanation regarding the will-o'-the-wisp. Despite many of those scientific theories regarding the phenomenon, different cultures around the world have their own take on what the phenomenon means. In English folklore, there's a tale called Will the Smith. Bear in mind, it's not Will Smith, it's Will the Smith. The story was about Will, an evil blacksmith who died but he was given a second chance by Saint Peter at the gates of heaven. However, instead of redeeming himself, he continues to harm others. As a result, he ends up being doomed to wander the earth as a ghostly presence for all eternity. The devil then provides him with a piece of burning peat coal to warm himself, which he then uses it over boggy ground to lure weary travelers into dangers and death. Some also associate will-o'-the-wisps with an Irish myth called Stingy Jack. Have you ever heard of Jack-o'-lantern? If you have, that's Stingy Jack. Stingy Jack tells a tale about a man who was nicknamed Stingy Jack because he was stingy. One day, the devil overheard stories of the devious deeds of Jack and decided he wanted to have Jack's soul. When the devil wanted to collect his soul, Stingy Jack asked the devil to allow him to have one final drink at his favorite pub. To pay for the drink, Jack then convinced the devil to turn into a coin, which the devil obliged. After the devil turned into a coin, Jack placed the coin into his pocket next to a silver cross, which prevented the devil from changing back into his original form. The devil begged and pleaded, and only upon agreeing to leave Jack alone for 10 years was the devil released. 10 years later, the devil comes again to collect Jack's soul. Jack then made a request to the devil to climb a nearby apple tree to get him a final snack to eat, by which the devil obliged. Not so smart, this devil. While the devil was up in the tree, Jack carved a sign of the cross into the tree's bark so that the devil could not come down. The devil begged and pleaded, and only upon agreeing to never take Jack's soul to hell was the devil released. Many years later, when Stingy Jack took his last breath and died, Saint Peter refused him entrance into heaven for all his evil deeds. On the other hand, the devil refused him entrance into hell due to their contract, but granted him an ember from the fires of hell to light his way as he wandered the earth as a lost soul. Jack put the coal into a carved-out turnip and has been roaming the earth with it ever since. In Mexico, the will-o'-the-wisp was called luces del dinero or luces del tesoro, which mean money lights or treasure lights. The reason for that was it was believed that the will-o'-the-wisp are actually witches who transform into light in order to show where hidden treasures are buried. The only way to gain the treasure is by the help of children. In Swedish tales, the light are the spirit of unbaptized children, who try to lead travelers to the water in hope of being baptized. There are many more tales across the world that are associated with this phenomenon, but I can't cover all of them here. If you are interested to know more about it, I have put several links down on the description. In short, most of the time will-o'-the-wisps are believed to be bad omens. Only few regard it as a light to treasure. Nowadays, will-o'-the-wisp is a common metaphor for an illusion that one desires but cannot attain, due to its quick and elusive nature. Now that is a little story about will-o'-the-wisp. If you like my rambling here, do like the video, and if you want more, feel free to subscribe. Until next time.